Hello YouTube, Byron at Splitting Slices. Well, it is Sunday, about 11 in the morning Eastern Time on June 2nd, 2024, and I wanted to get this long video out today thanking everybody who attended the Roachdale Hardware, Indiana 2024 Case Family Tour event. It was a very nice show. It lasted for about 3 hours for case-sponsored content and then another 2 hours for local hardware family fun. So I just wanted to show my appreciation to everybody that attended. There were all kinds of gifts exchanged. Some of them are on the table here. We'll mention them briefly. But first, let's go run down through the YouTube channels that attended this year's event. Big J's Knives. Jerry, thanks for getting everybody together and making the event this year, along with your wife, Sarah from SD Leatherworks, who makes handmade EDC leatherwork sheaths, slips for the community. Sarah, thank you for attending. Randy and Linda from Georgia Adventure and EDC Leatherworks also attended. And a big kudos to them for being willing to make an 8 to 9 hour trek up to Indiana to meet all of us. Please have safe travels back down this weekend and take your time. Go see the sites that you want to see. It was super fun to meet both of them. John from JO Ventures Outdoors was there as well. Plenty of gifts for everybody who attended. John, thank you very much for your friendship and your YouTube content. Chris from Radio Geek Blades was also there. Chris had a fantastic EDC pouch with patch, stickers, and quite frankly, a brand new Rough Rider Classic Carbon 2 knife. Chris, that was absolutely above and beyond. Thank you very much for the gifts. I hope to see you at some of the future case events as well. And finally, certainly not least, absolutely not last, Jesse McJames from The Alien Outlaw and his wife attended the event. Thank you. It was great to meet the two of you finally. Jesse, just absolutely had fun. Buddy, I hope we get to meet again in some future shows. So that's the rundown of the channels that I know that were there. I believe there were a few other folks that showed up. There were relatives, there were friends, there were some subscribers to some of the channels. So forgive me, I'm not going to try to remember or mention names because I know I'm going to forget some of those people, but it was great to meet you finally and attend the show. So this is just a sample of the stuff that I received from all the channels, as well as some of the case literature, and of course the case event knife, which is always provided and sold at these events. Now this year's pattern is not, I'll have to admit, is not one of my favorites, but I wanted to go ahead and show my support for a very small town and a small community. And I was glad that I picked up the case vault pattern for 2024, the razor knife or the one-armed opener, which is right here in front of me. It says Family Reunion Case. And then if you open up the knife on the blade, which of course is missing the tip, which makes it the one-armed razor opening knife, it says Roachdale Hardware. So thank you very much for hosting the event. Like I said, we had fun. It lasted for about 3 hours. The case-sponsored content was from 9 to noon. And then the hardware store went ahead and did some local agricultural family events like a small kids tractor pull, a great sample demonstration by their fire and police departments on how they rescue cars that may be in an accident. They actually took apart a sample car with the jaws of life and used techniques to save individuals. So that was absolutely fantastic. And they wrapped up the day with a grand door prize. I've got a little more on that here later, but first, let's go through some of the gifts that were provided. Again, Chris from Radio Geeks outdid himself with an EDC pouch, some stickers, and this Rough Rider Classic Carbon 2 knife. Thank you very much, Chris. Jerry and Sarah provided a slip for everybody. that's marked with a leather lanyard as well as some beads. A fantastic job, and I certainly have a knife to go ahead and put in that, so that was fantastic. Who else? We've got a license holder that was provided by one of the subscribers to the channel, so I want to thank you for that. We have a J.O. Ventures leather strap. John, just fantastic work. Love the tag with your maker's mark on it. Thank you very much. Certainly going to come in handy for keeping these Caves knives sharp. And folks, I know I'm missing other stickers, I think, on here, but just it was just a fantastic day. Picked up some case literature at the event, which is usually always there. You can usually pick up a catalog with this year's new patterns and samples of knives that have been released. The Case Collectors Club application, if anybody is interested in becoming an annual or a lifetime member, you can get that information at any of these case events. And then this year, they didn't have a lot of swag that they were passing out. They were using that as door prizes each hour. So there wasn't a lot to be obtained this year. Maybe one of my critiques for the show would be, hey, folks, in the future, to keep the knife enthusiast happy, maybe a little more swag available. And I think Case probably does that maybe with some of their bigger shows, but it was great to get what we were able to. And this was probably one of the neatest items. It was basically a large microfiber cloth that says Case Stay Sharp Tour. Fantastic little knife cleaner. So thank you very much for everybody that provided gifts and stickers and swag for the event. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. We spent 3 hours doing a pocket check, checking out the case knives that were available, trading phone numbers, trading contact information, and finally we wrapped it up at around noon with a pizza lunch. I want to thank Perillo's Pizza over in North Salem for providing the lunch that day. I think we all had fun. I think we were all ready to have a bite to eat. So I want to thank everybody that attended that lunch, and I was glad to be able to do that for everybody that attended. So thank you very much. Now I've got 2 special shout outs. I'm going to pause the video, clear the table, and then I've got some special shout outs that I want to make. So stay tuned. All right, thanks for sticking with me. So I've got 4 special thanks and shout outs I'd like to do here very quickly. So let's get to it. The first, again, is Randy and Linda over at Georgia Adventure. I want to thank both of them for coming to the event, driving such a long time. I got a coffin slip and a sugar skull keychain from both of them. Thank you very much for bringing this. I've only one Georgia Adventure slip that I won on a Big J's live stream, so it was great to see some of his products and get to check out these special coffin slips. I've got a hawk, but that needs a larger one, so I know Randy and I are going to be talking in the future. The second shout out I want to do is to a new subscriber who brought to the show 2 loaves of bread. Now, I'm going to mess up his name, so I'm going, please forgive me for not addressing you by name. But I want to thank you. He provided 2 freshly baked loaves of bread. And more importantly, which was very cool, he shared with me a knife that he had managed to talk to Case Management about and got it made. And it was a baker's knife. This gentleman, I believe, has been a baker for over 30 years. I believe he had his own shop or had family members that owned a bakery. But he provided 2 loaves of fresh baked bread to me toward the end of the day. And I just want to thank him for subscribing to the channel, offering the bread, and really, more importantly, getting your knife made and produced by Case. It was in their traditional occupational series, and he managed to get them to make the baker's knife. So congratulations on that, and thank you very much for the fresh baked goods. I really do appreciate it. And finally, this goes out to a fellow YouTuber and business owner in Great Britain. This goes out to Daniel Bridge of Bladebridge Knives, and I will try to put a link to his website on this video so that you can check out his products. But this goes out to Dan. I want to congratulate you and your wife, I believe Stephanie, on brand new twin boys. Congratulations. I hope you don't mind me sharing their names. I don't think you do, since you had a live stream and mentioned them. I believe it is Maximus and Roland, or Rowan. Forgive me, my American accent and ears got in the way. But regardless, I want to congratulate you and Stephanie on your newborn babies. Best wishes and health to all of the family, and just truly a wonderful family event. So Dan, take care of those children, take care of that wife, and congratulations once again. All right, well, the final thank you is going to have to wait for a second board clearing, because this one is pretty special, folks. Stay tuned. All right, everybody, check this out. Isn't this cool? I'm sorry, I just could not show this and share it with YouTube. My final thank you and shout out goes to the entire staff, employees, and volunteers at Roachdale Hardware. This business has been in continuous business and service to their community for 124 years. Next year, it will be their 125th anniversary of being in business. Just a absolute fantastic story. I want to thank especially Brent and Belinda, who are the proprietors and managers of Roachdale Hardware. I think you guys threw a fantastic event. I want to thank you for the food trucks. I want to thank you for the band that played live music for about 2 hours at the event. And then to be willing to do some additional agricultural family activities after the case representatives left for the final 2 hours. I think that was just wonderful and a great support and homage to your community. I was lucky enough, I think I was the 4th or 5th person selected out of the random grand prize door prize drawing. I followed directions, answered all of the questions, but I think I was the 4th or 5th person's slip selected. I managed to win this beautiful charcuterie board, manufactured and made by a local citizen. He knows who he is. I want to thank you for being there and help presenting this. It just wrapped up a perfect day. So after lunch, I decided, hey, I've got an extra hour and a half. I might as well go back to the event. I know they're going to be pulling some additional door prizes. Let's stick around, have fun watching the tractor pools. There were some children tractor pools, the fire department's rescue demonstration. So why not? So I went back and was lucky enough to be selected for the grand door prize. So again, Brent, Belinda, and the entire staff, including Lauren, who stood at the cash register all morning and is the employee who managed to sell the record amount of knives in one day at the store. Congratulations. Gary, her husband, and support. Again, to everybody there, thank you for a wonderful event. Good luck applying to maybe get on a future case tour event. I had a fantastic time. So this is Byron from Splitting Slices saying it was a pleasure to split slices with friends yesterday. YouTube, thank you very much. Stay tuned and take care.